Good morning. We are leaving Meehan Lake this morning and heading off to Stewart and Hyder. Even though the weather's looking really good right now, there are some clouds rolling in. We still don't have service, so we are crossing our fingers that the weather holds out while we're in Hyder. Well, we had 2 days of sun.
That's all right. 2 days in a row. Give me a little recharge.
It did. It did make us feel much better. But it is raining again. Look at this.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Are you joking?
That glacier goes right down to the water? Okay, so we're in Stewart. We're about to cross the border again back into the US. We're going to go to Hyder. It's raining, of course, because there's awesome views, but it's supposed to be nice tomorrow on our way out. So we're going to cross the border and find a place to stay over there and see if we can see some bears and salmon.
And go see the Salmon Glacier, which is about 14 miles up, but it's a dirt road, so we've got to find a place to leave the rig tonight in Hyder.
Still in Canada?
No, we just left. We're in Hyder, Alaska. What?
Do we not need to check in here?
Apparently not. Apparently it's only on the way out. Okay, so here's the deal. We came into Hyder. So far we haven't found a gas station, so if you're coming through here and you're planning on going up to Salmon Glacier, you need to get gas when you're in Stewart before you cross the border. There is no US customs when you come into Hyder, so you won't have to show IDs or passports or any of that kind of stuff. Then once you get in here, it's about 1.5 miles and you go through the tiny little town of Hyder, which is super cute. And then you'll come to where the bear viewing location is, and it's all boardwalks, and there's 2 parking lots. So there's a small one for vehicles at the beginning, and then if you're towing a rig or if you have a camper, go to the second parking lot and you'll be able to stay there, and then you can stay and see the bears, or you can unhitch your camper and then you can leave it and head up to Salmon Glacier. It's raining today. It's a dirt road almost the whole way, and it's almost an hour to get to the scenic viewpoints for Salmon Glacier, and we've seen a lot of glaciers, and I'm not sure we're gonna do that while we're here, so just keep that in mind. So you are gonna have to drop your camper somewhere, which you are allowed to do in the parking lot at the bear viewing, which is awesome. They do have boards up where people have written down what they saw while they were out, and according to that, Marissa and I were kind of like calculating what the best Grizzly viewing times are, which look like it's early in the morning or earlier in the morning, and then like around 6 or 7 at night. So that may change during the year. We're at the beginning of September coming in, so we're gonna wait and see what happens, and hopefully we get to see some bears. So when it's raining outside and there's nothing else to do but sit in a small little town because it's the first time you've had service and you can get on the internet for 2 days, you stop and eat some pizza. Thank you, Nathan and Marissa, for providing dinner tonight. We're very excited to sit and have some dinner and watch a movie and get some work done in the rain.
We can't show this to anyone.
Is the mama frog even faster?
I don't know, am I even faster? We ended up not doing Salmon Glacier because it was pouring rain, and it's about an hour drive up a dirt road to get to the glacier where we would have had to have dropped the trailers. So we decided against that. We had a few people come back to the parking lot at the bear viewing and say that there were no bears down there. So pizza and a movie was the perfect answer for our evening. We were really excited to have service in Stewart, so we all kind of got caught up on some things and just had a really fun night hanging out together. Tomorrow we are headed back out toward the border.
All right, we found this nice little boondocking spot in Stewart, British Columbia. It was raining yesterday while we were here, as you know, but It's nice today, so we're gonna go through the pass and should look beautiful, but look at this spot here. That's not working. It is actually blue sky. Right in the pass here that we're about to go through, after it is a really cool glacier. It's called Bear Glacier. Gonna get some shots in front of that because that looks really cool.
Of all the things we've seen on this journey going up to Alaska, I think the most surprising one for me has been being able to see glaciers. They are so amazing up close, and driving through some of these mountain passes where the mountains are on both sides of you and you can see huge ice fields across the entire mountain range and then glaciers coming down between every peak. It's astonishing. And the color in the glacier is so amazing. Sometimes they're really dirty. Corey's flying the drone above me. Sometimes they're really dirty looking because they're moving so fast down a mountain that they're taking so much dirt and gravel with them. It starts to cover over the top, so that's why some of them look like dirt. But some other ones like this, depending on where they are, you can really see the actual ice and the glacier, and you can actually see the color in them. And this happens to be one of them where it's so blue, and it's just spectacular to see. They're amazing, amazing, amazing. One of my favorite pieces of the things we've been able to see since we've been taking this journey up through Canada and into Alaska.
Don't fall, bridge.
Jeez Louise. On really fast travel days, this is our go-to for lunch. Peanut butter and jelly. Can't go wrong with a PB&J.
So we just left Stewart and Hyder. We pulled in there yesterday. I like that we pulled into Stewart, but we probably could have skipped it, especially mainly because it rained.
Right.
I mean, it was absolutely like a stunning drive.
Which is something you'll find when you travel, where there are places that are some of our favorites on this entire trip, like all the way up through Banff and Jasper and hitting Alaska and coming back down through BC, that were not great for other people because they saw it in terrible weather or like rock slides coming off of cliffs or something like that. So when you read reviews of like, this was our most epic place, there are times where you might be disappointed by that because it's not always going to be the same for you as it was for somebody else.
You have to read into what their mood was. What was the weather? So don't just take one, even though you trust this one reviewer, don't take this one reviewer's word for a place. Look for a few different people. We're literally spoiled with how beautiful everything is, how much we've taken in the last couple months.
There's just not always time to stay longer, and it's not fun to just sit in a parking lot when it's pouring rain, you know, waiting out the weather. So you have to make those choices and those decisions, and you know, our decision at this point is that we're ready for something different, and we're super excited to be able to get down to some new things that we've never seen on the West Coast.
You can't do it all. You definitely can't do it all. Pick a few things and do them really well.
It's true.
You're gonna miss some, you're gonna feel like you missed some stuff, but if you try to do too much, you're gonna miss it all.
If you start feeling yourself rushing and like, you know, getting all like stressed and hyper because things feel rushed, it kind of ruins the experience, and you won't look back on that time with like fond memories. So enjoy what you can, and we're gonna keep driving and see how far we can make it tonight. Good morning! This was our last night in Canada. We are heading out of BC today and entering back into the United States, and we're excited to be able to check out Seattle and Washington and Oregon in the next couple of weeks. So we left Smithers and divided up our day so that we could get a long day in to get to Prince George 2 nights ago, and we stayed at the Walmart there, and then we found a rest area that just has like spectacular views. Clinton Lookout is what it's called, and we are wrapping up our cruise through British Columbia today, and we'll be crossing the border in about 180 miles, I think. We're excited to be back down in the US.
I guess this is the kind of stuff that happens when you get pulled over by a fan in Canada. And by pulled over, I mean a police officer. We're going to disconnect and then reconnect with him at a different angle so he can pull straight off the road.
Okay, so here's the deal. One of Nathan and Marissa's followers on YouTube stopped them to say hi, and unfortunately it was in a really bad spot to pull over on the side of the road, and it's really soft dirt, and the Airstream is stuck. So we are filling buckets of dirt and trying to fill in the area in front of the tires and on the side of the tires of the Airstream on the back side where it's tipping, and we're gonna try to get this thing unstuck.
I know I can yank you right out. Well,
Is your hitch, is it easy to lower yours?
I'm just gonna eliminate anything going wrong. I'm just gonna keep packing the dirt in there.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, good for you though that you got out. Yeah. Take care.
Thank
you
you.
too. Thanks for stopping traffic, honey. We got it.
Long run back.
We got it out.
Woohoo! You guys rock. Holy cow. Talk about teamwork. Out of the ditch and back onto the road.
Alright, so I'm glad that we got him out of there without breaking anything or anything like that, so that's really good.
Can you hear some singing? We got a stowaway.
We are about to cross over back in the United States, well, in a few, I don't know, 60 kilometers or something.
Yeah.
Which will be, it's Canada, so it's not really a foreign country, but it will feel nice to be back down in the United States. You feel a little bit separated when you're away.
Disconnected a little bit.
Yeah. So it'd be real nice to have a little bit more familiarity. And I like the metric system, but I'm not used to it yet, so it'll be nice to be back to
Miles.
dumb America.
Miles and gallons and stuff like that.
We're not dumb.
He's just joking. Bye, Canada. You were fantastic.
Really awesome.
We really, really enjoyed you.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Say bye, Canada.
Bye, Canada.
And bye, Alaska. Bye, Alaska.
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 You're gonna go to Alaska this weekend?
Well, that was interesting.
Okay, so we're back in the United States, and don't do it like me. We ran out of fuel at the border crossing. Gas is cheaper in the United States. It said we had 30 more miles on the thing. That's not accurate. So we turned their truck off, and it did not turn back on. I had to prime. It's a diesel, so I had to prime it.
We did have diesel with us, thank God.
Yeah. Well, the whole border patrol was not very happy when I jumped out of the truck and
Opened the tonneau cover. They
Bunch
literally
of-
like came flooding out of the doors like ants with their guns, like their hands on their hips.
Not suspicious
Bulletproof
at all,
vests.
Corey. Not a shining moment. I don't think I've ever run out of gas, and in my whole life I've never run out of gas. And
You still haven't. You ran out of diesel.
Like we were almost home when you ran out with the Audi. So
Yeah,
we had to
right
walk
on the
home.
bridge.
Right on. So we had to walk home and get.
Oh, this is an interesting story.
really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, we walked home and you got
like-
gas and walked back with the gas.
It was right on the bridge.
We were almost to the house.
Okay, so I've run out of gas before. Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So
Kids are
I'm
great.
sitting there with the hood open, trying to prime it because I didn't have.
He
the
finally
tools.
walked all the way down and just started like staring at our license plate number.
He didn't calm down until he saw that I was a veteran, and he turned out to be in the Navy as well. He was a Master Chief, so
It gets Corey out of so much trouble.
a little stressful to sit
Thanks,
there
Navy.
and have your truck not start just before an inspection,
And when you have like, you know, friends waiting behind you, stuck in line too.
pretending they don't
Know us.
which I would do too. They're behind us still, our friends Nathan and Marissa, and they are branching off. I think they are staying at Cabela's tonight and then hitting Thousand Trails Campground while we hang out with some friends.
And then we'll meet back up with them as we come down around Seattle and check out some other fun places.
That's it.
Yep, that's him walking down.
Oh my god.
Oh, they have a German Shepherd.
That's awesome.
Precious baby.
You're good, babe. Keep petting. That way. Little more. Okay. Perfect. We are in Monroe, Washington. We are actually staying with the older brother of one of my friends from elementary school. I haven't seen Gabe in about 24 years, and when he found out what we were doing, he said, if you're ever driving through near Seattle, please stop by and visit. So we took him and Shelby up on their offer. We're excited to spend a few days here and get to know this area a little bit. His younger sister is actually in California, and I haven't gotten to catch up with her in a very long time, so we're excited to stop and see her in San Diego on our way down. And their uncle, Bob Freer, is the one that owns the Everglades Outpost where we volunteered this past winter in Homestead, Florida, and where we're really excited to go back and spend some more time this winter.
Yeah, that's like the girls in my favorite place.
Yeah.
We love it there. But I'm not going to lie, today was a stressful day. We didn't have very long to drive today.
No.
I think it was only like a 5-hour drive. But like with Nathan getting pulled over, which that guy, it's not that guy's fault.
No.
Like it's just bad luck overall. He got into some soft sand. He got sucked down. But that was stressful. I mean, there were cars whizzing by at like 60 miles an hour. It was it just wasn't a good spot.
No.
So like tackling that together and getting that taken care of was stressful.
Yes. But it all turned out all right.
It all
We're
turned
so
out all right.
thankful that the Airstream
then-
didn't go rolling down the hill.
And then in my intense frugality, I made the day even more stressful by running out of gas at the border. Who does that? I mean,
It's okay, baby.
it was like almost $2 cheaper per gallon as soon as you cross the border. I had no reason to think. I wasn't even under any stress. I just 30 miles to go. Like,
Be fine.
we'll be fine.
Turn that engine right off.
Those people were just not happy. And
Well,
with
It looks pretty suspicious.
it's bad. Like I'm like activating my device in the back of my truck. Like it's
Oh my
my fault.
gosh.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot. It
But-
just never in a million years would we ever have imagined that would have happened.
Well, here's the thing. I had 10 gallons of diesel fuel that had been carrying since Montana before crossing into Canada.
the first time.
So I dragged it through Canada, dragged it through Alaska, dragged it all the way down through Canada, and never used it.
Thank God we had it.
At least we had it, but that's how it goes.
It's just how it goes.
Oh man.
How it goes.
But that brings up the point. Like, it's just nice to caravan. I mean, it's the old saying, strength in numbers.
Yes.
You can help each other out. Like, if something like that happens, you can help each other out. Now, Nathan, in that instance, he knew I had fuel, so he just pretended to not know me. So
With good reason.
with good reason. But
There was nothing they could have done anyways. Like, getting out of their truck would have signaled something even
oh
worse.
my gosh, what a mess! What a mess. Stressful day is over. We're landed.
Yes.
And sometimes you just have to go. We spent about 8 nights traversing
yeah.
Canada.
Good word.
But that was broken up to 8 drive days. So it was
Right.
like about 300 miles a day is what
Right.
we ended up doing, which is not terrible, but those were just straight drive days.
Right.
We weren't trying to see stuff.
And when you have so many in a row, it's really tiring.
Sometimes you just have your destination and like you're on the time frame. You just go.
Right. You have like your goal set ahead of you.
People ask us sometimes and they comment or message us like, why are you in such a hurry? And we're not necessarily in a hurry, but you linger in the places that you want to spend time in. And when there's not a set plan, like, you just go.
And
Just go
there are
until you get to where your plan actually is.
Right.
And for instance, the last few nights was back to the States. That was
Right.
our goal. My advice would be, don't try to do Canada on your way back after you've done Alaska, because you might be burnt out, or
Right.
there might be fires, or it might be just too cold at that point, because it is so seasonal. So, yes. Pretty pumped to be back in the States.
We are. We're excited, like we said, to see new things and to see friends that have been waiting for us to get out of Alaska who are like sending messages like, are you guys coming yet?
I don't even think we've fully processed,
No.
because we've just been on the move for the last 2 months. So I think what we're going to do is I think I'm going to put together a slideshow of some of my favorite photos from Canada and Alaska.
We'll see you guys soon.